All right, welcome in, and I'm the Cursed Potato Goddess once again, back here to react to some stuff on the YouTube channel. All right, I don't know anything about this creator or this video. I'm going in completely blind. Cheese time!
This has almost nothing to do with the US military, but it's so ridiculous I can't not talk about it.
I almost thought he was gonna say this has nothing to do with cheese, and I would be like, I got debated.
America's strategic cheese reserve. Yeah, if you didn't know, the United States currently has over 500 underground cave warehouses spanning across 35 different states, the largest of which... I feel
like they should be able to give me a little bit of that, right? Like, they can afford to. That's a lot.
Is underneath Springfield, Missouri, where America...
I'm off to Missouri, everybody. Well, I'll see you around. I'll be gone for a few days. We're gonna go down there and find me some cheese. Who needs a boyfriend if I could find myself some cheese? I'll see you there. Okay, we meet there at November 10 p.m.
across 35 different states, the largest of which is underneath Springfield, Missouri, where America...
In Springfield, Missouri. You heard that, chat? In Springfield, Missouri. I'll see y'all there.
Of August 2022, currently hoards 1.5
Hoards? I like that he used the word hoards.
Pounds of cheese.
Because it is
And just
hoarding.
For the record, I realize I'm uploading this video very
cheese.
close to April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's joke.
This is not a joke, everybody.
100% serious. El Dorado is real, and Uncle Sam made it out of cheese.
Look, El Dorado. The city of gold.
And I know what you're thinking, right?
City of gold, more like city of cheese. When the aliens finally invade, at least I'll know which bunker to hide in. Me too. Hey, we might find ourselves in the same bunker. 1.5 billion? Exactly.
Right now, you're like, wow, that's a cool little factoid. I can't wait to share that with my buddy at the bar one day. But no, this is going to infect your thoughts for the rest of your life. You're never going to see the world through the same lens ever again. I mean, for example, let's just say you're at home watching The Walking Dead. You're going to come to the realization there'd be way more fucking cheese in the apocalypse than that, okay? You're never going to be able to watch Mad Max again without...
Okay, guys, when the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm going to Missouri.
Thinking about cheese. You have to come to the terrifying realization that you live in a world where there is a greater than 0% chance that one of these underground cheese caves gets mistaken for a government facility and gets nuked in World War III, and we're gonna have to deal with a radioactive tsunami wave of nacho cheese.
We want the radioactive cheese. We want the radioactive cheese. We want the radioactive cheese. I'm gonna turn into a mutant. I'm gonna turn into Hulk. I'm gonna have powers. Call me X-Men. Let me join you guys. Cheese tsunami. Let's go. On my cheese.
And this is real life. So I asked myself one question.
How are we not in a simulation? This feels like something that would happen in a simulation.
Tsunami wave of nacho cheese. And this is real life. So I asked myself one question. How on earth did America get to this point? Because I know it didn't happen overnight. And what I found was the craziest real world example
I'm sorry. I wanted to say there's this part in like Emperor's New Groove, the show. Cusco's like, and you might be wondering, how did we get to this point? And I feel like that's like the same energy as this. It's like, wow, 1.5 billion cheese. You might be wondering, how did we get to this point? I'm sorry. Super random.
Get to this point because I know it didn't happen overnight. And what I found was the craziest real world example of a butterfly effect that I have ever seen. And believe it or not, it all actually ties back in with last week's video of the ice cream ships of World War II. If you missed that, the super abbreviated version.
Just because of that, I'm going to follow him. The fact that he made content about cheese and about ice cream. Holy, sign me up because I fucking love cheese.
And believe it or not, it all actually ties back in with last week's video of the ice cream ships of World War II. If you missed that, the super abbreviated version, basically the US government banned alcohol during Prohibition in the 1920s. Because of that, all the bars in America turned themselves into ice cream parlors to stay in business.
W business model. Oh no! We can't sell alcohol. What's another thing that everyone loves that takes away the pain? Ice cream? Yep, sounds good to me.
Business. Ice cream stepped up to fill the social void left by alcohol. Ipso facto.
Why is that so funny? Ah, yes. How do we fill the void that alcohol has left us? How about ice cream? 10 out of 10. Good suggestion.
There was like 2 generations. Ice cream stepped up to fill the social void left by alcohol. If so facto, there was like 2 generations of Americans that treated ice cream like it was alcohol, socially speaking. As I'm sure you can imagine, this would
fills me. It still fills the hole in me. I mean, the hole in my heart.
As I'm sure you can imagine, this would drive up dairy consumption. Combine that with the fact that the 30s and 40s is when refrigeration would become readily accessible. Meant that for the first time in human history, there was such a demand for dairy products that farmers could exclusively become dairy farmers. Meaning,
I thought he was gonna say that dairy farmers could become billionaires or something.
That this would be the birth of the entire dairy industry. And honestly, it worked out great. Right up until it didn't in 1949.
Oh no,
1949, 4 years after World War II, the American military is downsized. There's not an entire horde of young men eating 10,000 calories a day, and America's not exporting anywhere near as much food to other countries for war relief, meant that there was a decrease in dairy consumption or a dip in the dairy market.
No.
As this became a bigger and bigger problem, the government had to step in because they weren't about to let the entire dairy industry implode, because, I mean, let's face it, that would be utter catastrophe. So the USDA stepped in and said, hey, you know what? We're going to buy all the excess milk. Okay, pause. Thought experiment. You're a dairy farmer. You make all of your money by selling milk. And then suddenly, a couple years back, motherfuckers quit drinking milk, aka you made less money. Now the government has come out of left field and said, hey, we're gonna buy all of the milk. What do? You make more fucking milk. And that's exactly what happened. So just to
Oh, that's not good. Now the government has a lot of milk. Okay, it's not such a bad thing.
Be clear, there was already too much milk. Now the
fucking government got creamed.
There's definitely gonna be too much milk. So naturally, all the milk starts flowing in. The government has absolutely no idea what to do with it, so they turn it into cheese. That way it doesn't expire. That part makes sense, but now what do you do with all the cheese?
What about yogurt? I know yogurt expires too, but like, isn't like yogurt also like a fermented? I don't know, man. I just eat both. That's all I do. I eat.
They have no clue, so they just throw it underneath a mountain, ignore it, and hope the problem goes away. But it doesn't go away because every single presidential administration through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, they all continue to buy up excess milk to prop up the dairy industry, turn it into cheese, and stash it away in these caves. It literally turns into a giant...
Wait, so it doesn't stop? They keep just buying milk? Is the government the dad that left and never came back? The government's the reason why dad can't find milk because the government keeps buying them. So it's the government's fault that my dad left?
Politically, turn it into cheese and stash it away in these caves. It literally turns into a giant political game of kick the can down the road because nobody wants to be the president that crashes the global economy.
Wait, whoa. I need to repeat that.
60s, the 70s, they all continue to buy up excess milk to prop up the dairy industry, turn it into cheese, and stash it away in these caves. It literally turns into a giant political game of kick the can down the road because nobody wants to be the president that crashes the global economy by not buying enough milk while sitting on top of a mountain of cheese, which, understandable, I don't want to be that guy either. Then, fast forward to 1980, Ronald Reagan, aka...
I love how they're like, well, so who wants to stop buying the milk and stop the cheese making? And everyone's like, not gonna be me, bruh.
The small government guy gets elected either. Then, fast forward to 1980, Ronald Reagan, aka the small government guy, gets elected, finds out that the US government is sitting on top of 500 million pounds of cheese and spending $1 million a day to refrigerate and store it, and he looks at this whole issue like a beaver. Oh,
they spend millions of dollars just to refrigerate it? Damn. I'm actually happy they took care of the cheese rather than just throw it out. Honestly, like, I'm just happy about that fact. Like, okay, like, I get it, like, there's a lot of cheese, but the fact that they were able to keep the cheese rather than be like, this is too much money to maintain, let's just throw it out, buy it, then throw it out. Like, I would be more upset at that. Why can't they just donate it? Like, is it possible to, like, give out the cheese? Like, here's 100 pounds of cheese every day. Free cheese, everybody. Get your cheese here. Get your cheese here. I don't know. Give it to children at school. I know, actually, that would kind of work. Cafeterias, maybe. Global hunger solved with cheese. All right.
$1 million a day to refrigerate and store it. And he looks at this whole issue like a beaver looks at running water. Absolutely fucking not. We can't have it. So his administration goes about figuring out the cheapest way to solve this cheese problem. Obviously, we're gonna throw it all in the ocean. However, having...
No! Can't we just give it to people? Like, why is that not an option? Isn't that cheap? Hey, everybody, free cheese. Take it away from me.
At least the foresight to understand that that would cause political We'll save money on cheese. We're going to find out if blue whales are lactose intolerant. It's going to be a great science
Why do we throw everything in the ocean?
experiment. The public did not go for it. They kind of felt like, hey, I've paid taxes for the last 40 years. You've turned those taxes into cheese. I would
You know, I wouldn't be so mad at that.
at least like the cheese. So
Make the world's biggest cheese pizza. Oh, I like the way you think. It's like when your manager, when your office or when corporate decides, what if we don't give raise to people? We don't raise our employees' wages, but we throw them a pizza party. Let's not give it more funds. Let's just have a pizza party, a big one. A national one. This is the only time I think like a corporate pizza party sounds kind of good. I'd get the leftover cheese though. I just imagined, oh my god, very Asian Latino thing to do would be to bring fucking Tupperware and just secretly shove the excess cheese and pizza in there. Taking home from my family. Excess cheese into my Tupperware. Why not just cheese as the new national currency? Damn, that's gonna be gross though. You're gonna be passing on cheese with your bare hands to another person's bare hands. Damn, how fucking moldy is that shit at that point? Gross. No.
For the last 40 years, you've turned those taxes into cheese. I would at least like the cheese. So then the Reagan administration took the 55-gallon drums of cheese, cut it up into 5-pound blocks, packaged it, and spent the remainder of his administration funneling 300 million pounds of cheese into impoverished and elderly homes.
See? Good job. I like that. That's a good strategy. 10 out of 10. I never thought I'd say this, but that's a pretty good move from the government. Wow, words I never thought I'd say out loud. How rare. Joke. How rare. I want option 1, please.
And this is where we get the saying government cheese from.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
You're gonna end up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
The US government would then continue to give out government cheese until the 1990s when they seemingly ran out, because as of today, all 1.5 billion pounds of underground secret cheese in America is privately owned by corporations like Kraft and Velveeta. And this is the part where I wanted to end the video on a happy note of the government made a mistake, they fixed a mistake over 50 years, happy ending, hooray. However, it didn't really
There are no such thing as happy endings. You live long enough to become a villain.
It makes sense because something happened in the 1990s where the government was able to stop buying the excess milk. What happened? And that's when it hit me. It was absolutely the Got Milk ad campaign, the biggest, most iconic ad campaign of all time. I mean, every cafeteria in every school in America had a bunch of posters of famous athletes with milk mustaches saying, "Got milk, drink your milk." I vividly remember commercials as a child telling me that if I didn't drink enough milk, my arms would literally fall off my body.
Well, Mr. Miller told me he never drinks milk. Look at him.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, why the advertisements before are funny? Oh, that's not good? Yeah, probably not. Chug that milk, bro.
Surely this is what inspired an entire generation of Americans to eat and drink more dairy products, right? I mean, yeah, probably, but looking back on it now as an adult, doesn't it seem just a little bit weird that it wasn't a particular company putting on all these ads? Like, if there wasn't one company profiting from selling all this milk, where was all the money coming from? I mean, it almost seems like the government launched a giant psychological operation, ad campaign, just so that they could offload milk so they wouldn't have to keep contributing to their mountain of cheese. Well, I'm gonna take this off now because that's legit exactly what happened. In 1995, the U.S. government created a non-profit organization known as Dairy Management Incorporated, and their entire job was to get the
manage dairy. Did I get it right?
American people to eat and drink more dairy products.
I thought it was gonna manage dairy.
A cabal of individuals plotting behind the scenes to get people to eat more cheese. It's the cheesiest conspiracy of all time. And I'm not even kidding. Anything they could put extra cheese on all of their pizzas, and that was their entire proposition for staying in business.
It
hey,
worked.
Our pizzas have more cheese on them now, so they're good. It is
Power of cheese. Dairy management. Let's go. I don't know if he's a bad guy, but he kind of gives me like chaotic good vibes. Like, yeah, we're here to fucking make people eat cheese. We're here to dispose of motherfucking cheese and make people want to eat cheese and drink milk and love cheese and love milk. But things like milk and cheese are quite healthy, so it's not really bad. Yay! Everybody get cheese. Can I get cheese too? Why don't I get cheese?
for staying in business. Hey, our pizzas have more cheese on them now, so they're good.
The cheese got smelled upon us.
It is absolutely insane. So I did it. I found the world's cheesiest conspiracy, but then I found leaked internal documents from DMI. And they are the funniest fucking thing I have ever read in my entire life. I'm gonna go ahead and read one for you now. It's a letter from Pizza Hut to DMI regarding a meeting they recently had. July 6, 1999. Dear Greta, we wanted to express our thanks once again for a wonderful meeting last week. We appreciate your team taking the time to express our thanks a meeting they recently had. July 6, 1999. Dear Greta, we wanted to express our thanks once again for a wonderful meeting from Pizza Hut to DMI regarding a meeting they recently had. July 6, 1999. Dear Greta, we wanted to express our thanks once again for a wonderful meeting last week. We appreciate your team taking the time to share some very
cheesy information. They should have wrote that there.
Valuable information and creativity during our brainstorming session. Everyone is very excited about the presentation you gave regarding DMI's available resources and cheese industry insights. We look forward to working together to develop many cheese ideas we've discussed. We believe this is going to be a valuable partnership for both Pizza Hut and DMI. Let's sell more pizza and more cheese.
Yeah! More pizza parties with cheese stuffed crust, cheese stuffed. Wait, was it the stuffed crust of Pizza Hut with cheese?
Exclamation point. Thank you again for coming to Dallas. We look forward to talking to you soon about our partnership opportunities. We will call you next week to discuss the next steps. Sincerely, Derek, Lord of the Cheese, and Liskrin, Lady of the Cheese. Even they...
What? I want to be Lady of the Cheese. I want to be Goddess of the Cheese. That's me. Call me that now from this point on.
No, that this is a fucking joke. Why is this such a joke? Well, because Dairy Management Incorporated, while it is a non-profit, they don't actually have to raise money for themselves like most non-profits do, because they're also a government checkoff program.
Because they're so rich with cheese.
Every dairy farmer in America is legally required, whether they want to or not, to send this company money so that they can advertise on their behalf. And their annual budget is like $140 million a year, with their CEO and top level executives all making right around $1 million per year. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you there's a group of people in America getting paid $1 million to convince Americans that cheese is awesome. Okay,
guys, I think I found my calling. I want to apply. I apply. I have a degree. I have a business degree. I apply. I volunteer. I will promote cheese to the people. I can definitely do that. I can do that. I can do that. I can assure you that my passion for cheese will exceed any other applicants that you will have here so far. I may not know every applicant, but I know myself so well, and my love for cheese exceeds anything that you can imagine. I love cheese so much that I think about cheese the moment I wake up, and I think about cheese the moment I fall asleep, and I think about cheese during the day. I just love cheese. And I don't know why you would not accept a candidate such as myself who feels so much passion for your product, to want to promote it so badly to the masses, to make them eat this cheese. And make sure we succeed in our goals, which is to promote cheese. And I honestly swear to you that I will dedicate my life to sharing to the world the amazing world of cheese. All right.
$1 million to convince Americans that cheese is awesome.
Cheese is
that's
awesome.
Like trying to fucking explain to Stevie Wonder what nothing looks like and getting paid $1 million for it. He already fucking knows that, okay? It makes no goddamn sense. Cheese is so fucking good that it is the one.
It worked. It worked. It already worked. Look at me, look at him.
Thing on earth that if you were allergic to it, we're not going to say you have a cheese allergy. No, you're lactose intolerant. We're not going to say you're allergic because we all know you're going to eat that shit anyways.
True.
Because the consequences are worth it. Am I upset right now? A little bit. Is it because I'm jealous? Uh-huh. It's basically selling ass candles to dogs and getting paid $1 million for it. It is the most ridiculously easy job on the planet, and I'm so mad that it's not mine. Anyways, I guess if you made it this far in the Unhinged TED Talk, in conclusion, the US government banned alcohol in the 1920s. It set forth a ripple effect through time, and now some dude in 2023 has my dream job of making $1 million a year to convince people of some shit they already knew. And the US has 1.5 billion pounds of cheese hidden in an underground cave network. Fucking the more you know, I guess. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch.
What
Quack bang.
10 out of 10.
Out. I'm gonna go eat some fucking cheese.
10 out of 10. I want to eat cheese now too. But damn, the thing is, like, ever since I was a child. No, but we are wired. Okay, listen to me. Hear me out. We are wired to love milk. Bro, the moment you're fucking born, what is the first fucking food you want to eat? Without even having a conscious, cognitive working fucking brain. Exactly. Milk. And when you're older, what do you still look for? That's right, titty milk. We still want the same thing. We are wired to want the milk. We are wired to love it. And that's why it's not even that hard to tell people milk is good. We have milk in everything.